This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. Elegbete TV Radio, we dare to lead. Elegbete TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bonsoir. Je m'appelle Fomon Temont et ce soir, je suis avec LGBT sur LGBT TV Radio.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. Elegbete TV Radio, we dare to lead. Elegbete TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
Okay. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on the Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthews. I'm going to love to come in the Elegbete One of Sports. Let's have some fun this morning. So many stories to talk about. I hope that we have enough time and space to deal with them, including all of the messages that you guys are going to send in on the show this morning. I don't know if in our lifetime of following football, that's for me since 1986, or probably since the Premiership in 1992. In the 30 years of the Premier League, I have not come across such a hopeless and confused situation like we have with the Chelsea situation. So let me break that down carefully before I go to transfer rumor speculations and every other thing. So the Chelsea owners decided, okay, it's enough. Potter can't get the job done, so they fired him, which was right, which was expected by everybody, unless the opposition that wants to pick up easy 3 points against them. But anybody who's a lover and supporter of Chelsea was looking forward to that start. So it wasn't a big day. It was okay. It was fine for him to be fired. Now, that's one. You expect that as management, I've always said that billionaires don't make mistakes, but I think I'm wrong. And I'm going to come out and say that. I'm wrong. You expect that before you take that decision, this coach, it's not like this coach just suddenly start doing bad. Since September that he was employed, he's not been doing well. So when you're changing your track and deciding, okay, we want to fire him, the expectation is that there are coaches that are available. There's Luis Enrique, there is Zinedine Zidane, Antonio Conte just got fired. I don't know if you even need him. There are quite a few other coaches. And then there are coaches even on the job that because of the kind of money you have, you can say, okay, we want to yank you off your contract, pay the club whatever they have, even if you want Spalletti, if you want anybody, right? Even if you want Jurgen Klopp, for instance, or even Arteta, for instance. I'm just creating hypotheses here, hypothetical situations. And you fire the coach, you sort out your settlement, you agree that you're paying 13 million, which is good, which is a responsible thing to do as a club. Then you don't know who your replacement is. Who does that? Like, you don't know where you're going, and you also don't know where you're coming from. 1 minute it is Julian Nagelsmann, next minute it is Mauricio Pochettino, another minute it is Luis Enrique. Good, you have your assistant, the former coach assistant coaching team, got a draw over the weekend, and then your next decision is, Frank Lampard. Hey, sure, we have one guy called Frank Lampard who is a club legend. I'm just thinking off the cuff, like this is what they were saying in the board. Sure, we have this guy called Frank Lampard who's a club legend who coached us before, even when there was no money and everything. And let's go bring him. And then this morning now, Frank Lampard is taking training with Joko, who's a pundit, who's a podcast host, co-host, now becoming the assistant coach. Wait a minute. What's going on at Chelsea? The last 19 years before now, Roman Abramovich has served us a standard. You might not like Chelsea, but it's a standard that you start subconsciously begin to wish that your club could do like Chelsea owner. It is the reign of Roman Abramovich that led to fans wanting their owners to go, because if you can't match the standard of Roman Abramovich, why the hell are you a club owner? Everybody wants to see their club president or their club doing the kind of things that Chelsea are doing. You want to fire the coach quick. You want to bring in somebody. You want to give them support, give them the proper support. But look at what Chelsea is doing. A club that spent 601 million to sign player in these last two windows. They just can't find a coach, even if it is 10 games to go. I mean, negotiate with the coach, tell the coach that we don't care what the result will be. We're already done. Just come, master the club, know the club, so that from now you can know the players you want to kick out, and then the players you would sign during the windows. And I was thinking that would have been a smart move, okay, to do. But at this time, they're still going to, oh, Frank Lampard, please, can you come and temporarily babysit for us while we are going around? It's just a football club that bad that they can't even get a coach to come coach the team, that they can't even get people queuing up and applying for the job. There's some things about Chelsea that I don't get. Well, that's one side of the story. Barcelona fans, especially one guy called Ibrahim Kalejaye, said they were going to have a feast on Barcelona in the Copa del Rey match. Unfortunately, the hunter became the hunted. Yesterday, Pablo, my former protege, was with us at EcoBeat, and he talked to us. You know, I've always taught them that the world is a dog eat dog world. And he showed up yesterday and he corrected me. He said, it's no longer a dog eat dog world. It's the dog eat lion world now. The hunter is getting hunted. And, you know, as I saw that Barcelona versus Madrid game, it became a dog eat lion world for me. The point just sank in. The hunter became the hunted. The dog ate the lion. It was different. And then in England, there were different shades of Bala Blues. Okay, it was Manchester United managing to win by a goal to nil. But in that victory, we saw a lot of crash on the wall that is just papered over by the form and the ability. It's not even form anymore. The what do I call it now? The grit, that's the word. The grit of Marcus Rashford. You look at that game and you say to yourself, how did a player like Anthony, he must be a voodoo priest. There must be juju. Well, Pogba's brother have already told us about juju. So we're not going to sit here and say European footballers don't do juju. It must be juju that has kept Anthony Martial at Manchester United. Because I'm just thinking, growing up, when we play football and you don't play well, and the coach will carry a stick and push and ban you from coming to the field. As a matter of fact, don't come out of my street. If I catch you out of my street, you're dead. And I'm looking like Coach Rando in Warri is it which primary school now? That primary school in ERA, what's it called? Hey, Jesus Christ, I'm forgetting my hood now. That primary school in ERA, especially my school. Then there's Ogedegbe Primary School. Okay, so Ogedegbe Primary School. Ogedegbe Primary School, there's a coach called Rando Lions. He died in the water. I survived that boat mishap. Man, it's been long that God has been saving my life. To think that I wasn't really a good swimmer at the time, I survived, and some crazy fish-like swimmers died. As we got. Okay, so Coach Rando, imagine Coach Rando is coaching Anthony Martial. If you grew up in Warri, you notice that I'm saying, or the late Coach BC, all these coaches are all dead. Or Coach Suji, they are coaching Anthony Martial, and he's playing like somebody that have big blockers inside feed. Oh God, I don't know, Sha. Now God will judge him matter. I don't know waiting for happen, but by now, Sha, Dr. Vetimo or New Era, New Era, now only abortion that they do. You know, some veneer or some hospital for the treat to the head where they don't break. Well, lie to lie. And then Newcastle found a way to go to West Ham, came to London, and like tore them apart. 5-1. When are they going to sack our Isoko brother? Because this thing now is becoming a problem. when Consumer scored that goal and made it 2-1, I felt okay, yeah, they're going to be respectable, probably get a draw. They're playing at home. You know what, cool? Callum Wilson scored, and then other people were in the Jolinton, who didn't play the previous match, found a way to come in and even score. Were ably assisted by Guimaraes, and then there was goals for what's it called again? 2 goals for Jolinton, 2 goals for Callum Wilson, and then there was that goal by Alexander Isak in the 63rd minute. And I'm just looking at what's it called, West Ham, and I'm saying to myself, not be judging with this. You're playing well in continental competition and you just can't survive. Is it that there's just something wrong with the Premier League? Well, I just pray that they don't keep losing like this and then get sunk into the relegation. One other thing you have to look. That's why when I see teams like Newcastle, teams like Brighton, teams like Aston Villa, rising up on the league table, next season they will play on the continent. I'm just going to tell the English people this is how they will embarrass you people, because these teams cannot combine the stress of playing in the continent. Imagine an English coach have to deal with playing in the league. Newcastle next season will suffer playing in the league and playing in the Champions League. I don't think that they will be able to deal with it. I don't also think that they have this squad that they think they have, that they think is good. They will not be able to. But hey, at least let's finish this season first. It's 29 games for Arsenal, 28 games for Manchester City, 28 games for Newcastle, and it's 28 games for Manchester United as well, who are in 4th position, and Tottenham Hotspur have gone down to 5th. So the way it is, like I said before, by the time we get to the weekend, Tottenham Hotspur will be out of that top 4, and that's exactly where they are right now. It's not as if they've got a game in hand. And if they're not careful, they will even get out of the field, because Brighton and Hove have got a game in hand. They win those 2 games, they will go to 5th. Tottenham Hotspur will go to 6th. And then again, it just keep happening. But let's keep our fingers crossed. But probably that's the lowest they can fall to based on the result of other teams. And then Arsenal are really, smiling. 72 points from 29 games so far. Yeah, Man City have got a game in hand, but even if the game in hand is won, it's still 5-point gap from the 8th. So it's just 3 points sleeved off it. But then let's deal with the first question of the day on the show. If you're on YouTube, it will be nice. If you're not, anywhere you are, anyway, you can rate the level of confusion at Chelsea right now. It doesn't matter whether you're a Chelsea fan or you're not a Chelsea fan. Just rate the level of confusion on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you make of the crumbling of FC Barcelona at home? I need you to be my analyst, because I can't even place it. You saw coming, but Real Madrid scored 6. The thing about Real Madrid is, once that tunnel, they begin to see Champions League ahead, there's just something about them that just come up. Every dry bone begin to rise, every weak nerves and cells in the body begins to get strong, and then all of a sudden they become a super team, because all of a sudden the week leading to the Champions League, last weekend they won 6-0. Now they beat Barcelona 5. Jesus Christ. I don't even want to talk about it. Karim Benzema became the first player since the 2014-2015 season to score a hat-trick in the Clasico for Real Madrid. Became the first Real Madrid player since Puskás in the Illegality to score a hat-trick at the Nou Camp against Barcelona for Real Madrid. What? Oh, at 35 years of age. So my question to you is he the best striker right now in the world? And for how long would Manchester United and Eric Ten Hag depend on Marcus Rashford to carry them along? Because somehow you just feel like Rashford, not like he's a great player. He's not a Benzema. He's not Lewandowski. Not like Lewandowski is even doing well. But you just feel like he's doing too much. He's become from a normal human being to become El Shaddai. Very soon he will die. Because there is too much. He's doing too much. And you don't need to do that much in a team. It's a team sport. It's not an individual sport. You're not fighting boxing here. This is not a solo sport. It's a team sport. And the rest of the team should be coming to the party to support you. But unfortunately, that's just not happening right now the way I see it, okay? I just pray that, sorry guys, those of you on YouTube. I just pray that they find the ability to put the team together. But if you are Eric Ten Hag, just suggest to me, what would you do with a player like Anthony Martial? Because for me, I'll just go to see. I will do an Arteta on him. I'll tell the management, see, terminate his contract. We don't even need his transfer fee. His transfer fee would affect our bank account, would corrupt our bank account. Just terminate his contract. Let him get out of the club. Like that's the way. If I walk into the boardroom, that's the way I would start. Hey, good morning, everybody. Today, this is no laughing, no laughing, no laughing. Forget about laughing. No smiling. Yeah. See, there are some players that need to get out of this club now. If they don't leave, I'm leaving. One of them, Antonio Martial. Let him get out of it. You need to give that kind of attitude that makes everybody. Oh, this guy is in. So I need if I don't let this guy go, if I don't let, I go beat somebody for training ground. I must beat somebody for training. Give that kind of. If I was a top line coach, what I could do. Praise the God, what I could do. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. Let's keep it going. And then again, what do you guys suggest that should be done to David Moyes at West Ham? It just seems like either the players don't like him anymore, or he's no longer motivated to be the coach of the team. There's just some things that are just not working. That's some very basic, easy things that you think, a coach or a team should be able to do them. So it's borderline lost interest. Remember the last years of Andrea Xavi at Arsenal, no interest, playing absent-minded. If I don't want to sell me, if I don't want to let me go, we'll go die here. I know we play good football. And you know what he can do, but at the end of the day, he's not doing it. Well, let's look at some of the transfer gist. I'm going to come back to the idea that Chelsea are not thinking, hey, let's bring Antonio Conte. Frank Lampard is running shows this morning. Julian, as we speak, according to Fabrizio Romano, Luis Enrique is in London with his agent to come and see. Let me even go and see the place, whether it's a thing that I would like to do. Now, so Chelsea not bad. People used to beg to coach Chelsea. People used to see Chelsea as their dream job. Now, I don't know. Well, let's talk about all of the talk that is on ground. Even Antonio Conte is now being mentioned. Conte that just gave a press conference that was telling everybody that this Chelsea now that we're hearing story that the dressing room is too small. How does the dressing room become too small? I don't know. The Chelsea signed 6,000 players. I don't know, Sha. He said Chelsea are considering holding talks with former boss Antonio Conte over the vacant manager's role. Does that mean that Julian Nagelsmann, as well as Antonio Conte, Luis Enrique and Mauricio Pochettino have told Chelsea just the same way they told Tottenham Hotspur that I beg. Shankpa, I'm not going to time right now. I'm going to not disturb me. Have they done that to them? I don't know. Bayer Leverkusen manager Xabi Alonso has also emerged as a contender for the Chelsea job following Graham Potter's sacking. Under the year, Leicester City are set to demand about 50 million for 26-year-old midfielder James Maddison, with Tottenham favorite to sign him. Yeah, if you want to collect 100 million for Tottenham, say collect, because that's what they do to people. So give to them what they give to other people. Treat them the way they treat people. Tottenham are interested in Atletico Madrid 28-year-old Argentine midfielder Rodrigo de Paul. Okay, the first Argentine player that have Paul on his name. Like when I see a player like Paul, there's another Argentine player that have like Scottish or Irish name, Mark something, McAllister, that guy that plays for Brighton. I'm wondering, how those people take the Argentine? I never know. We need to probe their bets, whether they kidnap them for hospital. I don't know, Sha, but let's just keep it going. Inter Milan are willing to offer Paris Saint-Germain's Argentine forward Lionel Messi, who is 35, and equity stake in the club to convince him to join this summer. I don't understand. Is Messi really? I'm sorry. And this is not me trying to talk down Messi, shit on Messi. Like, you guys know how much I love him. You guys know how much I believe that he's the greatest of all time. But this current Messi, this guy that stroll around like a last mile worker, is it really worth all this stress? All this, I don't understand. Let me go back again. Inter Miami are willing to offer Paris Saint-Germain's Argentine forward Lionel Messi, 35, an equity stake in the club to convince him to join this summer. Arsenal have open talks with Leicester, 25-year-old Belgium midfielder Youri Tielemans, who has also attracted interest from Newcastle and Barcelona. Welcome to Arsenal. Just come and be part of the squad. I know that a lot of people don't like it, but there are players in Arsenal that I think they should let go. Elneny should be let go. I'm going to say this, and people will not like it. Rhys Nelson should be let go. Those players. Rhys Nelson, I'm hearing that Arsenal wants to negotiate a new contract for him. This is a problem. This stage that Reece Nelson is now, he needs to be playing regularly. And Arsenal he can't play regularly. With the players that will be added again, his chances of playing is dead. So there is no need of saying, oh, he's going to have that one super sub game. You can't have, as it is right now, Arsenal win the league title now. He will not get a medal. So there is no need. He should go to a place where he will play regularly and grow, just like when Serge Gnabry was let go. So he should be let go. But if you guys disagree, please give me your reason in the comment section, whether on Instagram or YouTube, what you think. But that's what I think. He should be let go and then allowed to his career to flourish. You can't depend on two substitute performance in an entire season of over 50 games across all competition. It does not really make sense to me. While I think he's the best crosser of the ball from all the wide players. Okay, now there's Trossard. He's the second best crosser of the ball after Trossard. But I just think that Arsenal does not have the opening for him. Just as I think that at the end of this season, when this boy returns back, Eddie Nketiah, he should be sold. Because not selling him means that we will struggle to bring in another player. Eddie Nketiah should be sold. Folari Balogun should be sold. I mean, even if it is just Manju sales, like 35 million, they should sell them. And Arsenal have not really spent that much money on them. 35 million, cheaper to just sell them, let them go. I know that they say that English players are normally expensive, but it's not all English players that are expensive. They should just let them go 35. If anybody is mugu enough to bring 40 or 50 million, praise the Lord, somebody say, then you can let that money and go and get better players that will come into the team and will be angry for not playing, not the ones that will be celebrating and be dancing and be messing up dressing room and they're not playing matches. I don't think Arsenal need those kind of players. Let's come back to the transfer rumors that we are hearing. Arsenal have open talks with Leicester City's 25-year-old, but this guy, Youri Tielemans, he's been 25 years since forever. How many years did he spend at Leicester? All these years, he's been 25 years. And then they passed there. Are you Jesse Lingard? Well, Belgium midfielder Youri Tielemans, who has also attracted interest from Newcastle, Barcelona, and all the club. Arsenal view Brighton manager Roberto De Zerbi as a possible replacement if Mikel Arteta leaves for Real Madrid. Those people are there who are telling me, because when I talk about these people say I don't know what I'm saying. That is a public view, right? Chelsea have started negotiations with France midfielder N'Golo Kante, who's 32, over a new contract. Nobody's afraid of N'Golo Kante anymore. He has been spent, he's been used. There is nothing. Even if you give him 10 years contract, anybody play against Chelsea now with N'Golo Kante in that midfield, they will still beat them. Leicester are considering an experienced caretaker manager such as Martin O'Neill. Jesus. Why you want to raise the dead from the grave now? Why are you looking for the dead among the living? Or Rafael Benitez, criminal, okay, as Brendan Rodgers' replacement until the end of the season. They're all going to bring the man. They're all going to bring Mr. Rackets now. Rafael Benitez, Mr. Rackets. Leicester City have identified Graham Potter, recently sacked by Chelsea, and Brentford manager Thomas Frank as summer target, with ex-Southampton boss Rafael Hasenhuttl and former Leeds United manager Jesse Marsch. If you look at all these names, they are same of the same difference, the same kind of people that they are bringing into their fold. Well, if it works for them, why not? I mean, go ahead and put them on your team. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, I just wish them the very best of luck. Former Borussia Mönchengladbach manager Adi Hotta could also be an option for Leicester eventually. Leicester are favourite to sign Valencia's 22-year-old Georgian goalkeeper Georgi Mamadashashvili. Okay, I hope I've pronounced that name very well. Leicester are favourite to sign Valencia's. Let me go back again. Valencia's 22-year-old Georgian goalkeeper Georgi Mamadashashvili. Okay, according to Fabrizio Ravanelli. Burnley want to sign Ajax 20-year-old Dutch winger Sanjay Hansen this summer. Talking about Ajax will play in the Dutch Cup, and then Clarkson, after scoring the celebration, somebody threw a lighter from the crowd. It's good to have a guy had bad and he hit his head and it was bleeding. That caused the game to be delayed for 20 minutes, but eventually was played. Well, Arsenal are in negotiations with representative of 23-year-old English forward Reece Nelson about a contract extension, according to Fabrizio Ravanelli. My advice, well, extend the contract so that you can get a transfer fee. But I don't think if I am the agent of Reece Nelson, I would agree for my client, okay, to sit down there. Now, let's do some appraisal as we go on the Manchester United side. Have you guys realized that Reece Nelson does not play in the Premier League, but he's got more assists than Anthony Martial. He's got more assists than Anthony. Is the Anthony thing, is he working in Manchester? Akoba, Anthony. It's like the Anthony thing is not working, okay? I don't think that the two Anthony should be left at Man United. It's going to be hard to sell the Brazilian Anthony anyway. The one that doesn't, the DJ, that DJ one. There's the French one that they say is is the next Thierry Henry. But what I see is the rat version of Thierry Henry. This guy is not even Thierry and Henry should not be mentioned in the same sentence with Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial does remind me of somebody that I work with, Sean Amadi. Every time I look at Anthony Martial, but the first person that crosses my mind is Sean Amadi. Like they have similarity in their behavior. They don't care about anything. They are not very nonchalant. They need other people to shine. But in terms of work rate, Sean Amadi is better. But he does have that Sean Amadi look, Sean Amadi mean, kind of look anyway. But then the way he is played for Manchester United, do you think that next season Manchester United should be counting on Anthony Martial and Anthony? And what is the problem with Chelsea? They want Antonio Conte, they want Julian Nagelsmann, they want Mauricio Pochettino, they want Luis Enrique. Who do they really want? And this decision to bring in Frank Lampard on the interim, how good, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is it? I need to hear from you. It's not my club. I'm not a fan of Chelsea, but I think that they've done enough for me to respect them over the years. But right now, they've put themselves on the chopping block for banter. If anybody's bantering them right now, I'm not going to blame that person. They have just become a laughing stock in the community. Like Lucky Dube sang, you were a laughing stock in the community. That's just enough. So they are a nuisance, and we got to laugh at them. Olaoluwa Bamidele says that for me, Lampard is a no-no. He's already there. He's taking training. As we talk, so I need to take training. I need to blow for training. As an interim manager of Chelsea, especially with the Champions League game at hand, I hate Chelsea's confusion. I rate Chelsea's confusion at an 8. Wow. Kazan has got 347. He said he told Anthony, Manchester United, you are not meant to be in Man United. Wallah, they are not. They are not. I mean, I don't care what Man United suffer, but to watch them suffer this much is ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. There are some things that you just say to yourself, this shouldn't be happening. Yes, Oluyem says, up Gunners, big Uncle E. Yeah, Gunners are there. He said, I'm so happy to see Barcelona fall Yakata yesterday, Jesus Christ. Enemies everywhere. Hey, Ibrahim Kalajaye, you got enemies. Papa J 617, he said, bros, you look sharp on Arsenal jersey. Thank you very much. You want to buy me another one? Buy me another color, not the red. Namdi Roland 16, he says, where did we go? Darkness is scored how many goals? 2 also. But he's got more assists than Anthony. He's got more assists than Anthony Martial put together. Even he's made more impact in the league than Richarlison. Wow, somebody only play match. Okay, somebody even in the graveyard is making more impact in the league than people that they bought for millions. Okay, and then he said, I don't think it is wise to employ Lampard as interim manager. It's already there. It's a good morning to you. Big Daff, okay, Big Daff, Big Daff, I sent a message on WhatsApp. I'm very, very confused about the message you sent me, and I replied you didn't respond. So I'm wondering if there's another Big Daff now, about the Agege referee person. Okay, I just hope that I'm getting it right, sharp. Okay, let's move further down the road and push the conversation. See, I like when I see the members, the color grading that they give the members. You got to be a member. Like, I just like when I see it's different. If it just stands out, it's very, very colorful. Got a star, not even the star. The fact that your name just shows differently is so beautiful. But then on YouTube, I've got Noah to read. It normally comes late, but this time it's the first man. What happened to our guy Odunni Remileko Emperor? He said, yes, I think Karim is the most complete striker at the minute. And then he also went on to say, also random, but I think Lewandowski is characteristically intimidated at the moment, intimidated by Benzema's unrelenting efficiency. I agree with you completely. But then again, he's always played in a team that have a counterfoil for him. When he was at Dortmund, he had a counterfoil. When he was at Bayern Munich, Thomas Muller is that guy who is not dragging for the spotlight, but just want to make other people do well. But at Barcelona, Rafinha is fighting for fame. Every other person is trying to be a superstar. So he doesn't really get it well. But even at that, he missed a whole lot of chances as well. Let's not throw that out of the conversation. No, Antonio wanted to say, I don't know that this American owner is as smart as they say. I quietly hope Victor doesn't go there. That's Victor Osimhen you're talking about. And there is Chelsea. Okay. God's will, Obukomen Awari said, he said, really, I don't understand what is wrong with Chelsea because all of them are confused and I don't know what they really want. Boli was a wrong man to sell the team to. Sorry about that one. I will stay with him. Yes, when that was a British Prime Minister that we get foul head. What do you call him? Boris Johnson. This is Boris Johnson. Yeah. And I get the Donald Trump, low budget Donald Trump, decide to get involved. Now Nigeria now they say government don't get involved in sporting matter. It's a corruption in Nigeria. Everything is upside down. But it happened for England. The place one I like. All of them shut up and I pretend like say, nothing is happening. There is nothing better in English football other than the media. The media is just good. If we get our media right, MPFL will do better than the English football. That's my opinion. It's an unpopular one, but that's my opinion. That's just what I think. Because the English football is laden with corruption, coaches collecting bribe, players gambling, racism, discrimination, everything you don't like about Nigerian football is in the Premier League. But because the media, everybody's calm. Well, let's carry the conversation, keep going. Otuni Remileka say Masha still good now. What of Jones? We know he's not playing, like it's useless. That one just use it to motivate whole people for there. You understand? That one is different. That one a community chance. Okay, if you guys are in Lagos, you guys don't know what community chance is. You guys now Manila and I know for Lagos, all those of them are for Lagos. But if you're from Delta State, you're from the south side, you're saying Jones is using community slots. And in companies where somebody is using community slot, you don't even bother them. You don't, whether they work, they don't work, they will get paid. So they leave for Jones. That one are community slots. Now I get now. Either for urban list, okay, they for workers. That's not live for Jones. But Anthony Massa came in as a worker, as an expatriate. An expatriate is working like saying a community slot to use. I don't understand that one. Gospel Bukamena say I know Eve no say Joe still do. I don't even know say Joe still do. That's what he wanted to say anyway. But he wrote Eve. He said Chelsea board rate of confusion is rated 7. You are even nice. Man, rated 10 over 10. It is on the all-time high. If it's not high, you shouldn't put them at 7 currently. I don't know where Chelsea is heading to right now. Help me, Chelsea. They are taking us to where we don't know. Okay? And Henry Morrison thought never know what in they do. He go learn when Chelsea finish 11th back-to-back. At this rate, the figure relegation. Henry Morrison thought they never know. He said that they go learn when they finish 11 back-to-back. Divine Toke say, I wish I can erase the season. This season. No, you cannot erase this season. The season was not do it. Now the one was not do what you want to erase. What did they worry you? Season where they give us turtleneck, bottom rich neck. Oh, get turtleneck, JC. What did they worry you, Zef? Divine, what did they worry you? You're not divine, no. You're a tonky. Can you come and erase our? Stop it. Don't use eraser for this season. Oh. This is the best season of all time. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you there? Oh, come on. Use your reggae to spoil our blues. That's why we are dancing blues. We're in the mood now. We're about to enter into Jerusalem. You say you want to erase the season. No, let me. Where Benin people? Benin people, please. Hello, Benin people, please send Ogun somewhere. Yes, I will pay later. Send me through the app. I will send Ogun through the app. I will pay. No, it's not a cash trip. It's a bank trip. I'll pay with my card. It's a card trip. Say I wish I could erase this season from my memory. No, you cannot. You have to stay your memory on how Arsenal put up a great performance. Chelsea FC are really fumbling decision making wise. I feel they are trying very hard to convince themselves that Nagelsmann is the man for the job. Okay. Gospel Obekama say 8.5 is a level of confusion in the Chelsea camp. And then our star man, membership star man, in the green color there to represent Nigeria. Benzema, when injury-free, is the best striker. He scores impossible goals. His IQ in front of goal is high. When you watch the goals at first hand, they look simple, but on the second look, you realize it's difficult. It's his decision-making that is beautiful. And see how, I think it was one of the goals that he scored from outside of the box, that it was Luka Modric that got the ball to him. First off, a player took the guy that was supposed to be marking him away. The defensive midfielder did not come to close him up. How do you leave Karim Benzema that free? And then the ability for Luka Modric to not shoot and just see that, okay, let me never use the running man, let me use the standing man. Normally they say the running man is the guy you give the ball to. He just passed the ball to Karim Benzema because he knows what Karim Benzema can do. Decision making yesterday night was what worked for Real Madrid. They made the perfect decision. And Vinicius Junior, oh my God, it's fantastic. As some are already saying that it's going to be better than Neymar. I don't agree anyway, but he's up there. He's up there, right? Yes, and DJ Alam from us says, is that where we are now? Okay, so DJ Alam says Chelsea had the World Cup up to January to plan the sack of Potter and get a new coach on ground. They are so indecisive, and I am surprised that a billionaire club could really be on this pedestal. Well, that's so like they be. That's so the world they be. You know what I say? Yeah, that's all. That's so you the world they be. That's so just be so. Okman, I think that's so Okman. I think in case you don't know, ask your parents will tell you. PSG is just so desperate to always sabotage their dreams. I like that. Say PSG a big man with blink mindset. Okay. Initially, Barcelona becomes so confident after consecutive 3 wins to Madrid this season. This has been the challenge with Barca this season, and when it matters most, to just win this game and then begin plan for double. They're not fit. They're not fit prepare themselves well. They go lose the one way matter most, and you see what it has turned out to be. I'm sorry for them anyway, but hey, it is what it is. Divine Toke says so far, both Nagelsmann and Enrique are very much interested in the job. That was the reason why Enrique landed in London. The advantage for Nagelsmann are his friends on the board. Okay, friends, right? Okay, like you have with Pep Guardiola in Man City, Chiki Begiristan, and the rest of them. Well, Divine Toke said, I don't like the decision, but I'll pick a Lampard over Potter or Bruno right now. Okay, let's go. Precious, the Professor Omoshwe, one of the guys that I was privileged to identify pretty early in my journey on this job. He said, I don't have an issue with the appointment of Frank Lampard on the interim. The appointment of Graham Potter was rushed. Hey, precious. I remember when you walked me with statistics of Potter that year, last September. You still want to start mentioning Graham Potter. Let me tell you guys one thing that happened in the Leverkusen TV WhatsApp group, like the family WhatsApp group. When they first start talking about the next coach of Chelsea could be Graham Potter, and Brighton were doing well, and he was winning matches. And I went into my, that thing we do when we're growing up, when you take your mobile wrapper, you cover your head on the ground, and you pretend like you're speaking with the spirit. I went there, as my family would say, went to speak with Oyela. I went there and speak to the Elegbetarians, the gods of the Elegbetarians, and I said to them that, listen, because somebody is driving a keke napep well does not mean you give him Dangote truck. He can maneuver meander with a keke napep, but you give him a Dangote truck, it's going to jam everybody at Kingdom. Precious was giving me statistics, where this man went to school, his knowledge, his ability, and he looked Precious. I said, Precious, this is the difference between me and you. You don't play football. You just play for school, street football. This man will come to Chelsea, sit in that office, and the first thing he will see is the pay slip. A man that have not attended, even just go watch as a fan, a Champions League match once in his life. When I won't give Chelsea, make he coach. He go kill Chelsea. That time Chelsea was above Brighton and Hove. Remember this conversation? It was just since I just started. I said, look, no matter how Thomas Tuchel bad reach, okay, let's even agree say it's a chip of the old block and they don't want anything to do with anything that have a touch of Roman Abramovich. There is still money, there is still time. If you can buy a club for 4.7 billion, you should be able to spend whatever expense to give it the engine that will power it. And the coach is always the engine of the team. Depending when you get the whole board and football director and the rest going, you need a power block. A man who walks in through that door and everybody like, whoa. It wouldn't even be bad if you had gone to bring in some retired senior men to come and just do the job on the interim. They say, no, this man, Graham Potter, he's got the anointing on him. You know that God, even the Bible, God is the potter. You have to go to the potter. I didn't look there. The sheet one I want to bath, so the sheet water one I want to bath on the day when they call for interview for the dream job. Now die when I want that so Chelsea. They say, I don't know what it's up. Even Precious Amosuwe was part of the people that was giving me some statistical, like when it comes to statistics, there's nobody on his level. There's nobody in Africa right now on Precious Amosuwe's level. So I was watching it like, wait, that many Bowa no. So I dare everybody. I said, listen, this coach will not be able to get Chelsea past 7th position. I don't care what anybody says. And it was hard because this is Chelsea. Come on, this is Chelsea. And then if they have money, and then they are hijacking players, they are buying everybody. They have Aubameyang. They just, they were planning to buy other players. I said, listen, this team, if they go where say the law of gravity not work against them, they use the law of lift, not go past 7th. I was even wrong. I should have just pegged them at 10th. I should have built a tent for them because the Israelites, they always build tents in the wilderness. Should have built a tent and a kiosk in 10th position for them to do their thing. Yeah, because that's exactly what they have today. And now they're bringing Lampard. Do I have a problem with Lampard? No. But I think, remember when I predicted I was going to be sacked in February 2022? The thing with Lampard coming is, first, my problem is not with Chelsea. My problem was with Lampard. Lampard, you are a young coach, right? You coached this club for 2 or 1.5 seasons, and you got fired. You're a club legend. I think that, now again, this is why English coaches are not good. I think at this point, Lampard, as a young coach, should be looking for where he would go and harness his skills and go and look for what is missing in his coaching. He shouldn't be accepting an interim job like he's 65 years old, like Roy Hodgson or he's Harry Redknapp. He's a young coach who should say, you know what, I think there's something missing in my game. And this is the problem with English coaches. Young English coaches do not accept that something is missing in their game. Rather, they think, oh, the system is working against them. No, the system is not working against you. You are just not good enough. Go and look for coaches that are doing well. If Frank Lampard should have called on, Luciano Spalletti and say, Coach, can I come and do internship? Can I come and study how you work? Let me just come, sit with you, study. I will sign an NDA, so I will not disclose anything I see in your dressing room for the next 5 years. And he does that to the end of the season. And then the following season, he looks at another coach, maybe another place where another coach is doing well. He's worked with Carlo Ancelotti before. He could go there and go and see how Carlo Ancelotti, addresses that dressing room, how he assembles his players, how he works with these guys. Because the thing about going to Madrid to go and learn is that Madrid represents a cosmopolitan dressing room. There are Brazilians, there are French, there are Croatian, there are different people, Spanish players, players from all walks. And when you see how he harmonizes that dressing room, there is, no matter how bad it is, there's one positive you will learn from there. And then you take something from Luciano Spalletti. And then you give yourself another 1 year and say, you know what? If it is possible, after all, you had your final football Premier League season at Man City, call on Pep Guardiola and say, Pep, please, I really want to become a good coach. And I acknowledge the fact that you are the guy. You are the guy, the de facto greatest coach. And the reason why I did not mention Jose Mourinho here is, you've watched Jose Mourinho all your career. He's coached you on different occasions, so you know how he does this thing. So you are the man right now, Pep. Let me come and learn under your feet. And it is very, very important. I don't know any successful people who don't have good mentors. So you have to make yourself a mentee that would learn from the masters. Then when you come out knowing that you know what you're doing. Since they got him sacked, he was just been hanging around, doing like a Manile, looking for land to sell in England. He wants to take a interim job. Would he do well? Yes. Okay, so what if he do well? What happens? What is do well? Chelsea's expectation is that they qualify for Champions League every season. Right now, Champions League is already out of the table. So what is do well in the appointment of him? It's not Chelsea. It's not hurting Chelsea right now. They just gave him a graveyard shift that does not represent any progress, any positive move in the trajectory of his career. If he spends the next 2 years going to learn something, he would even do well for himself, make a better name for himself than all this crappy taking this interim job, forming big man where you are nobody. It's like those people who are very rich on social media and then they come to your DM to beg you 2,000 naira to buy food to eat. And then we that we are mugu, we that we are very poor on social media, we can still take care of our bills. Okay, so I don't think that it's a good move for Frank Lampard. It might not be a bad move for Chelsea because Chelsea are already dead. Drowning man will hang on to a blade of grass. That's just the basic truth. So where Chelsea are right now, they are drowning man. They don't get choice. There's nothing. They might not even play European football next season. And for those people who are saying it's a good thing for them because the next coach will focus on just the Premier League, and you're not thinking of the players that you will sign because some of these players will be offloaded. And if these guys are the people that you need to play that focus, it will not still work because you still got the Carabao Cup, and in Chelsea's tradition, you want to win the Carabao Cup, you want to win the FA Cup, you want to win the league title. That will not work. Chelsea most likely are going to go another 5 years without winning the title. And, nobody would have predicted this, that Chelsea can go 10 years without winning it, but as it is, Chelsea is going to go another 5 years without winning the title. Sorry, Chelsea fans, I don't know whether you're happy or you're not happy. Your happiness is not my problem here. Your happiness is the problem of your owner. And your owner, with this kind of ogomogoro behavior and appointment, you guys are not going to see the title in another 5 years, and that's just the beginning. It might get worse. Real Madrid is coming next week. That one is what you should prepare for. The prayer is not that Real Madrid should not beat you people because that one is set in stone. It's already a done deal. Real Madrid should not embarrass or disgrace you people as it is right now. Frank Lampard, this is where you show your worth. Come and try and see if you can perform a Roberto Di Matteo. But then again, I remember you're an English coach. English coaches don't win titles. So all those hope of, when Chelsea are not doing well, that's when they win the Champions League. My brothers and my sisters, go to the grave and drop flowers. That hope is dead. Okay, let me go to Instagram and see what some of you guys have dropped since we started this talking, because all these Chelsea people, they're making me feel like Frank Lampard is not Messiah. Liverpool, I ask a question as well. What can we do to save Liverpool? What can change Liverpool's situation? Because it's beyond, it's not a rich one that will say, village people that evolve, but more just pretend first, see, not be village people. Okay, 69 Lima, let me start from you. Say Lampard back, not a good idea for me. Big Dav, he said, morning boss, I sent you a DM on Twitter and on phone. Okay, I didn't see the DM on Twitter, but I saw the one on the phone, so that was what was confusing me. But thank you very much. Maybe the one, since you have my phone number, let's just keep the conversation going on phone. It will work well. Thanks. Okay, so Vicky say, so this year third now know the importance of looking for high-profile coaches. He should not carry Pochettino. I prefer Enrique. Okay. Onamdi Roland on discuss .16. They say goes before assist. Okay. I don't understand what that means. Please explain what you mean by goes before assist. Right. Saviki. He said third. Carry Lampard to appease English fans and press. But he just had an English coach since September now. He knew he made the blunder by hiring Potter, and then he shouldn't continue the blunder. That's the more reason why he should start. It's my club. I'm a billionaire. I buy a club for 4.7 billion. I want to impress the media. Roman Abramovich was the owner of Chelsea for 19 years. We never had a press interview with him. So who cares whether he is impressed or they're not impressed? Who they present? They should get out and go and impress themselves. Who cares about them? I'm spending my money to do my business. You're telling me whether you impress. Who appointed for impress? Who did to impress in the first place? Stephen Okoye said, Divine, erase waiting. I beg, one and one, bros. I don't want that. I don't mind Divine. I will break a Google bottle for Shina bottle for head. Our great season in one erase. Come on, erase your memory. It will stay in your memory. Forever shall it be your memory. You will know. Upon the sands of these seashores, did Arsenal rose from the finish, the axis of defeat, and won the Premier League, even in the face of competition from a great team like Manchester City, coached by a great coach like coach Pep Guardiola, and led by a striker that everybody is afraid of, who's known as the Norwegian Tour. Well, they have a Norwegian Tour in Erling Haaland, but we have a Norwegian orchestra leader in Martin Odegaard. So, see, Divine, he go there your brain. You're not erasing nothing. It is stamped there like a tattoo, permanent one, not be the one where you say the erasable. Okay, official AK Udensi says, bros, I hello, please predict Liverpool versus Arsenal game. So what happened? I be 18 when they predict. I be prediction 18. My friend, come on, get out of that, please. So Vicky, he said winning or losing won't change Chelsea's situation. Todd brought Lampard to appease fans and press. Okay, so that's a new model. That's a new excuse that Chelsea fans want to give me now. Eh? He also want to use that to buy time for getting a coach. Okay, so the guy we put there before, what's he coming to put there? Only I'd say yes, he's supposed go show his skills with mid-table teams and work on his badges. We did say that right. Oluyem, he says small Arteta will lift EPL now after winning FA few seasons back. Lampard and Gerrard feeling too big to understudy. Even Lampard doesn't, Gerrard doesn't try. I go sit there and say he win the Scottish League and he got to the finals of Europa Cup, so he doesn't try. But all of them are Agbefi. So I think he said, so Lampard is seeing it as opportunity to continue to build his profile. That's not good. It's not building his profile. He's just shitting on that profile. I'm going to tell you, okay, he's too young to be taking the interim job. Amazing Fruit Kitchen, in case those of you don't know, that's Akwas Baba's business. You can follow him anytime you want all those fruit things. He will get them ready for you. Yeah, he said, you have said it all about Lampard. Yes, Amazing Fruit Kitchen. Yes, one money that you're supposed to send me. I think it's about time. Let's say that I need it now. Amazing Fruit Kitchen, he said Chelsea should have left Bruno, who is a Spanish coach. I told someone at this rate with Todd and the board, Bruno will be the only miracle that can do a Roberto Di Matteo. Nah, it's not happening. Real Madrid is coming. Real Madrid for Champions League. Unless I'm in Lyon. President say, who they press them? CEO Todd just they shock me day by day. You need original shock absorber to cope with Todd shock. I'll be there say make Roman Abramovich go. They go see something. I never she. And I go claim. Let me start with. Let me continue from where I stopped with Precious. So you say I don't have an issue with the appointment of Frank Lampard on interim. The appointment of Graham Potter was rushed after sacking Thomas Tuchel. Jesus Christ! I feel if I see Precious talk this thing there, and many people from WhatsApp group they laugh right now. Yes, I think a lot of might say Marshall lost it when Ibrahimovic went to Man U and felt it was too big to give up his number. But since that time, nobody to recover. I don't get sense. It doesn't happen anymore. It's been done all the way since then. Okay, I didn't remember like I said, normally Todd Bowley would need like 3 managers to manage his battalions where he just design anyhow. One manager for different group attack, defense, and midfield. Okay, now President Thomas said the season is literally over. So getting a man manager, not necessarily a tactician, to come steady the ship in the dressing room till the end of the season is fair enough for me. So let me analyze that a little bit. So this is what you're saying. You're going to bring a man who would be the interim for now to the end of the season. The players will go on break. The new coach that you want to bring in probably will come in somewhere in June. That new coach already know these players on paper, but does not have a psychological connection with these players one-on-one. And then he calls them in for preseason. There is not proper time to plan for who I really want to let go, because in preseason, what he would do is just see them coming off their eating burger, eating fat, eating steak and pork and all that, and he's trying to burn their weight and that short time with all the trip. Preseasons are no longer what it used to be when I was playing football. Preseason is now ceremonial tours to feed and entertain sponsors. And for an American who just bought over this club, this is the time for him to take the club to his home state and go and do some stuff. The World Cup is coming in America, Canada, and Mexico, so those places is the preferred destination where there's money. Even though the American dollar is going to be crashing, that will take another 10 to 20 years. But now you're telling me that if you sign Luis Enrique or you put in Nagelsmann, who's a young coach, is going to first meet his players at the end of the season. Listen, football-wise, that's a stupid decision. I don't care what anybody says. Sign this coach now. Let him know the idiot in his team. Let him psychologically, understand the dressing room now, and then decide what are the wings he needs to clip. So the difference between, and people say, but Pep Guardiola came in at the end of the season. Let me tell you what the difference is. Tiki Bigaristan, in case you guys don't know, because a lot of people only know popular people. Tiki Bigaristan was in that Barcelona team that won the Champions League, that Pep Guardiola was a captain of the team. In that team, Tiki and Bigaristan are from the same neighborhood. They grow in the same streets. They grow up together. They are like peas and pies. They've always worked together. They worked together at Barcelona. They are now working together at Man City. The only place they don't work together is at FC Bayern. So that man and Amor, remember Amor, that was a fullback, was working in tandem. So 1 year before Pep Guardiola came to Man City, he had people who were feeding him dossiers. That time it was on sabbatical. He had people who were feeding him dossiers and he was following the team. Little wonder when Pep Guardiola came to Manchester City and they had just won the league title. Think about it for a minute. Who was the first person he let go? Joe Hart, the goalkeeper, Joe Hart. That's England #1 goalkeeper. A goalkeeper who had the most clean sheets or the second most clean sheet of the season. You fire him. And the excuse was, oh, he can't play from the back. No, it wasn't that. Because he was the strong man. He was the guy who was the John Terry of that team. And if you can break him, every other person, Julian Lescott, every other person goes. And then he started building the team around the foreign player, Vincent Company, Aguero, David Silva. You see those guys? They were foreign players. They were not Omoto. So even the press or the community might not be able to, force the hand of the coach on them. And then David Silva, it's what? Spanish. Kun Aguero, Spanish, Latino, okay, from Argentina. Even though they didn't get to become best of friends, but he was able to manage them properly. Yaya Toure was a casualty of war. People can say whatever they want. That's why I'm very happy that Yaya Toure is now a coach. He would see the things that Pep Guardiola was saying, and then we'll see how he will manage his group of people. But eventually he started bringing his type of players, and we saw what the result turned out to be. In this case, the names that have been mentioned, now they mentioned Antonio Conte as well, the names that have been mentioned do not understand this crazy dressing room that Chelsea have got. And I think that in this remaining game, the coach just comes in or probably pretend over an interim manager. And then we see what comes out. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Look at Manchester United. Eric Ten Hag was brought in at the beginning of the season, which was good. But you see, the biggest problem that Eric Ten Hag faced, and in that problem was removed from the beginning, and most likely could be betting my life that Man United would have been the team chasing the title alongside Arsenal and Man City. That was the elephant in the room. His name was Cristiano Ronaldo. Once again, I wasn't wrong because I told you all that this guy is stifling the team, and everybody was like, you don't know what you're saying. Well, I always know what I'm saying when it comes to football. I may not know everything, but when it comes to football, I always know what I'm saying. I knew what I was saying. That's what happened. So in this Chelsea case, you guys are playing with 5 years in the wilderness for a starter. You remember you guys have been in the wilderness. Thomas Tuchel came, Otuke, that is Isoko man, Thomas Otuke. He came and gave you guys Champions League and made it feel like, oh, Chelsea, I beat him. But this team are now going to walk in the valley of the shadow of death. Unfortunately, the Lord is not their shepherd. It's not. But Lampard to Chelsea is the most confused, low-level thinking mentality by a supposed top club. Lampard should be a brand ambassador, not near the dugout. Shame. Akimbola Larry said both Anthony should be sold at dozen price. Okay, market. If possible. They've got no impact on the team at all. President Thomas will say Enrique or Nagelsmann isn't going to come in now and suddenly perform magic. No, they're not going to perform magic, but they're just going to understand that dressing room. And understanding that dressing room is they argue again. That's it. Sure, so you argue about Graham Potter. You don't start. We are there to watch now. I say quite a lot of people want Nagelsmann, but I don't think Nagelsmann is a man. Nagelsmann will not do anything at Chelsea. But it predominantly favors a 3 at the back system, and Chelsea are stacked with wingers. As good as he is, where do they fit in their 177 wingers in this style? You see, that's the more reason why the coach that is coming in needs to come now. Okay, you know this because you are that fan of Chelsea, you be following Chelsea, you are into the system. A coach needs, first off, Chelsea is trying to employ a coach that is not even fit for the job. They're trying to employ a truck driver for a Ferrari. Okay, now, no, I'm going to drive into that ditch very soon. The thing is, they need to come to remove person and send a sniper still on top of the building, put the kill sign on them, and fire. Okay? Yes, military people are wondering, like, why is it that for turning military tactics into football analysis? Let's take it there. President Thomas will say the biggest mistake Todd made was sacking Tuchel before employing the football director. I agree with you 100%. I'm not going to argue that one. Sadly, Tuchel was available for a recall, but they blindly stuck with Potter till Bayern snapped him up. I don't think that they would have been able to, bring back Tuchel, and this is my reason. Hey, Terrence, I sent you a mail. You did not reply me. Huh? So you're here. Okay, so let me tell you why I think that bringing back Tuchel would have bad. Tuchel was not just sacked because he was insubordinate, he didn't have it going. Tuchel was sacked because he was a chip of the old block. And if you understand what hostile, this is not a proper like Abramovich decided willingly to sell the club. It was a hostile takeover. If you understand Walmart, you should understand because this is your line of business. If it was a hostile takeover, and in hostile takeover, what you do is you cut every arms because it was like a takeover in the middle of war. Like it was repossession. It wasn't really a sales. It wasn't a friendly handshake. Oh, I'm tired of running the club. I'm looking for somebody that will take it. And I want somebody who's friendly, who I know, who I can pass my knowledge of information to, who I can tell the stories of how we won the Champions League, how we won the Europa Cup, how we won many league title, how we employed this coach or that coach, which is a friendly one. They got a handshake, like you had the AC Milan takeover, and some of that takeover like that. This one is a hostile violence. That place in the Bible that says the violence taken by force. This is how Chelsea was taken about. So somewhere where Roman Abramovich is in Dubai right now, he's wishing that Chelsea fail, that this project disintegrate. Forget all the talk they talk in public that he's wishing the thing went. Not lie. Somebody asked me the other day that what do I wish for my employers? Man, the station should crumble. Yes, I said it. It should crumble. Because of what they did to me, they should have a feel of it. But some other people say, no, I have good prayers. I know they pray good for them. I know and that's wrong about because it's a human thing. You can't rape somebody and the person saying that may God. No, it was an interregnum. So in that regard, I think that bringing back Tuchel would always be like there is a mole in the system. And this mole is loyal to the man who made him win the only Champions League he's won in his life. He would always be loyal. James Ingram sang a song and he said, first cut is the deepest. And that was what's going to be there. So I don't think it was a big mistake, but I think that the mistake was bringing in a schoolboy into a war zone, a schoolboy who's learning karate for the very first time, bringing him into a war zone where they're using nuclear arsenals and atomic bomb to fight for him to come and disarm bomb and come and fight people. He's going to die. That's what happened with Graham Potter. Graham Potter was not. See, there was never a day that Graham Potter was matured enough to run this business. It's like calling me, I'm trying to run a small business here. You just say, oh, if I come and run CNN, CNN will crumble. CNN, they don't die finish. It will just crumble. It will crash. Because there are certain things that I don't even know about. There are certain areas, there's certain dimensions that I am not prepared for. This is not go and pray and the Lord will give you wisdom. No. The Lord not able to waste wisdom on foolish people. The Lord will not give me wisdom because he knows that is wisdom wasted. God is a very smart and intelligent investor. He will not invest stupid wisdom in me. So I just go there and I'll destroy the whole hard work that Tottenham have started building since 1982. That's the way it works. So you look at this project and say to yourself, the first thing was to make an announcement, like a statement. And what you do a statement with a big coach, not with somebody that normally says to even come Chelsea, to come play against Chelsea is like the highest point of his life, and you're not giving him Chelsea to manage. Somebody has not gone to eat. It's not watch Champions League once in his life. It's not, apart from TV, it's not going to watch Champions League live once. You're not asking him to come and coach. People try to say Karim and reach quarterfinals. Since not about a month. And the players just bite that thing to go. So it wasn't a mistake, but I think the whole decision-making process at Chelsea was bad. Timothy Ogofota says that the owners are really confused. Why not keep Potter till the end of the season? That's even worse. The end of the season, they had Lampard in mind. They are really being funny. Osage says nobody called out Grealish last season when he had 4 goals and 3 assists after costing 100 million. Okay, we are falling for the English media press who like to bash foreign players. Let's give Anthony time. But Grealish, as bad as it was, and don't say nobody called that Grealish. I called that Grealish from day one. Grealish has just improved. Pep Guardiola, give credit to Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola has changed Grealish a whole lot. But I called him out, so you can't say nobody called him out. Anthony was very good where it was coming from. He came to England and he's losing it. That's a problem. Where it was coming from was good. And Anthony had the luxury and the privilege of playing under the same coach, so there's continuity in coaching style and understanding that this is how this man plays. I just think that big money, big salary and everything, like it happened to the Dutch boy Memphis Depay, has happened to him and he's lost his focus. Yeah, it's not good enough right now. Okay, Ikegwa Herbert says Newcastle is not doing badly at all, boss. Do you think Napoli can really edge at AC Milan in the championship, in the Champions League? I guess that's what you want to say. Because they have to be in the top of their game to be able to do that. Well, if Osimhen plays, I think over two leg, this is a new territory for Napoli. Let's not get over ourselves and think that Napoli are now veterans of the Champions League. They are not. This is the first time of getting into the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. So it's gonna be pretty difficult. This is the fight of their life. This is a fight for them to make a statement. This is a fight for them to really say, you know what? All die or die. Let's go there and die. If they can have that mentality, they just might do it. But they're coming off the back of something that would always make them feel like, are we really sure? These guys just beat us 4-0 at our home. Are we really sure? Is this something we can do? But then it's up to them. It's open. The form before that game tells us that Napoli can. But then we just saw that without Osimhen, Napoli are not all that. And then Osimhen is coming with an injury to the foot. The foot is where the ball is played. If that injury have not healed properly, Osimhen might not be even allowed to play. And if he doesn't play, and this team play the way they play, AC Milan are on a road, they will run them over. That's just the truth of the matter. But AC Milan are not in the form of their life as well. They just beat Napoli, who had a bad day in the office, who had their talisman not available, and you know how that can be for any team who have one talisman. Imagine Rashford not being available for the remainders of the season for Man United. You know that they're going down. They're going down. Yes, they're not going to play Europe next season. Sorry, what's the next person? Osage Gomez says, boss, you need to cut Masha some slack, some what? Which slack? Elastic. You mentioned on this show how recurrent injuries affect the psyche of players. I think his time at United is done and would be let go at the end of the season. So which slack is Marco? You won't let him go and say Marco some slack. I'm not cutting him some slack. He's not showing interest. His body language is not good. Yes, I agree with the injury affecting the psyche of players, but the boy does not have a body language that says, oh, I am willing to ride over the injury, or I'm really willing to pay back the love and the support, the commitment that people give to me. He's just not there. It's just recalcitrant as far as I'm concerned. It's not even fit to be a football player. It should just be the dinner man. You can never make it. Useless player. President Thomas always say Enrique has a style of play, but like Pep needs a certain type of players. The wingers and midfielders at Chelsea will fit his style, but it will need some signings, which I don't think they can afford it. No, they can. No, they have to. If you sign, see, Luis Enrique is a Rolls Royce coach, just like Pep Guardiola. He's a Rolls Royce coach. And the thing with the Rolls Royce is Rolls Royce comes with a lot of accessories. So it's not just buying Rolls Royce. When you buy Rolls Royce, it comes with a special umbrella, it comes with a special pad, everything comes with it. If they take those things off the Rolls Royce before you buy it, you don't have a Rolls Royce. What you have is a carcass. So Chelsea employing Luis Enrique knows that he's a Rolls Royce, because you have to do a recce. You have to do a reconnaissance of the coaches that you are bringing and say, okay, what type of coach am I bringing? What type of football is he going to play? What type of thing is he going to introduce to us? And that's exactly what you expect. You don't have Neymar, Messi, and Suarez in your team, but you have whatever you have. And we've seen two types of Luis Enrique. We've seen Enrique and the national team with players who are not up to scratch get bashed and beaten and fired. We've also seen him win the treble with Barcelona, with the kind of quality of players that they've got. So if you don't have players in that midfield who can hold on to the play, that's also where he played when he was a football player, who can hold on to the play, who can distribute the ball, who can move it in quick thinking, short spaces, like Arteta's Arsenal are doing. They're just going to buy a Rolls Royce with a tire and engine anyway. It's just going to be carcass. President of Moscow says, sadly, I don't like Poch, but if you want a guy who will work with what you have and implement his style while actively developing his young players, is the guy. Unfortunately, is a known bottler. Okay, so that alone solves the problem. Precious Thomas will say, Elegote, the tent maker, you are rubbing salt on our wound now. Yeah, okay, sorry, man, I didn't make tent again. You guys are in the 11th hours. Sorry, it's not 10th. 10th is for the Israelis. You guys are the 11th hour people. You are the last, the bottom pot people. They are the 11th hour. You guys are in the 11th hour right now. Osage Gomez says, I want Lampard to go there and perform so that they will give him the job. That one not going to happen. That one, it not going to happen. That will guarantee another year of suffering. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I get it. Terence is my manager at YouTube. He said, hello again, Edafe. I'm sorry I haven't been able to reply to your emails, being in and out of the office due to a fever. Oh, sorry. Come and take Agbo. Come to Nigeria. Let me give Agbo. I'm happy to say I'm back and recovered, and I look forward to talking to you again. Okay, thank you very much, manager. Thank you, boss. It's my boss. Okay. Asake Kwawe said, I don't agree with you, but if Lampard goes to Chelsea and perform, that will boost his stock and his chances of getting another job. He has been at 3 clubs and he should be better equipped now. Okay, I'm sitting here and I'm watching you. Terence Ramos says, I also hope your son is recovering fast. Yes, he is. It's just expensive going through the recovery process. Okay, Asake Kwawe says, I'm seriously looking for money. That's why I need you guys to work the magic and let my numbers go up. I really need money, okay? And all these fans don't donate money to people anymore. Nobody's doing any donation anymore. So I need to grow. I need to grow. We need to work together and make this thing grow, okay? Sometimes I just feel like you guys are shadow banning me. I'm not getting the audience that I need, especially when I work very, very hard on putting the content out there and it doesn't get the kind of views. Like that female referee, why is he not getting tens of thousands of views or hundreds of thousands of views? I don't know, because that's a very good work as far as I'm concerned. But hey, let's push it further and see what's going on. Asaya Gwaran says, it is not cast in stone that he will understudy and be a successful manager. The Bible says, study to show yourself a workman and need not to be ashamed. Principles are principles. That's why people go to school. If it is not cast in stone, people will not go to school. Somebody will just sit at home like this guy said about Tinubu, that Tinubu did not go to school. He just sat at home and passed the A level, which is a miracle, okay? We are normal human beings and we don't bank on miracles or magic, okay? Festus Kayamo said that Tinubu did not need to go to school, regular school. He was just at home and he passed A level. Man, that guy's it. That's why he's a lawyer. That's why my mother said, over a dead body will I study law, because lawyers can lie. They will die in the hell pit of hell, according to my mother. They will go to the bottomless pit. If my mother emphasized bottomless pit for you, you will look forward to go and watching hellfire. Just go and watch people going to the bottomless pit. Right? See, God will put all lawyers in the bottomless pit. Like say, a former boyfriend, the person who is virgin, my mother, blessing a lawyer. They will be in the bottomless pit. You not close one eye. They will be in the bottomless pit. You cannot study law. It's not my picking me. Christian Christian what your papa name they do for the matter now? Well, hey, it is what it is. A second one said, it is not cast in stone. He will understudy and be successful managers. The Xabi stopped playing in 2013 and picked up his first coaching job the same year, and he has been a successful manager in my, thank God, say your opinion. See, the thing about success is if what Xabi have done with Brighton, now if you do it with Chelsea, will it be success? Think about it for a minute. Asanya Gomez says, the thing is, those coaches, so some of us brag that we learn how to drive on our own. Me, when I was 13, I started driving on my own. There's nobody that can come out and say, I taught Idafi how to drive. No. It's not like I grew up in a house where there's car, but I started driving on my own. I took our landlordship GM Ogedegbe's car, and I took it. His son, we won't learn driving. No get the hat. I took the car, drove to college, drive around the school. I went to garage, go and buy newspaper, and I come back. I park the car. From that day, I was obsessed with driving. I was 13 years old. I cannot do the same with an aeroplane. Nobody in this world can tell you that I just sat down on my own, God just opened my head, and I start flying aeroplane. Then they go school, they go learn. Nobody will give you aeroplane fly without you being certified at it. That's the point. Chelsea club, top 4 clubs are aeroplanes. All those Brighton and over, all those clubs that you're talking, they are like cars. People can learn how to drive just by watching other people, and then they just get into driving. Straight up. If you enter public transport regularly, you see how they change drive for car. You don't have to drive. It does not happen like that. You can learn how to drive by going to Google and learn how to drive a car. You can't do that with an aeroplane. I don't care who you are. Genius, if you like me, Albert Einstein, it not gonna work. So when you look at clubs like Chelsea, Man U, Man City, these are luxury clubs that you don't just come and bring some Lampard and say, come and become coach of the team. For what? Nonsense and ingredients. Yes, according to Worry Papa, Bascali a fool. I don't know what you mean. Asanya says, the thing is, those coaches you have mentioned don't want to manage a team mid-season. So what should the club do? The club have not come out to tell you, and the coaches have not also come out to tell you. You're drawing up conclusion. Coaches that are not on a job, all it requires is pay the right money, they will be on the job. And once you tell them that, look, your contract officially starts from the beginning of next season, but this one is just you getting to know the team. We'll pay you for the service. It doesn't require you getting sacked. They will do the job. Come on, everybody wants to know the team that they have, and then do a recurrence of their team, and then sack who they want to sack, and then all that. The fact okay say Conte should not come anywhere near Chelsea. I beg. Continue regular say Paul Merson believes Rogers will be a dream replacement supporter at Chelsea. Oh God, that guy was putting out for his nose. Hey, they don't start to Oluwashola James. He say God will not invest in rubbish. Yes, that's true. And God has never invested in rubbish before. So God is a very smart investor. Akbas Baba say same thing with me. Nobody taught me how to drive. Okay, I'm a professional for driving. That's true. Just the same way broadcasting, nobody can come and say, "Oh, we taught it that we sent it that to go do one training." No, I grew up and I trained myself, but there's some things you need training for. You need training. So I think he said Marshall did not live up to the expectation expected of him when he arrived EPL. He should be good for a team like Arsenal, where average and little above average players flourish. Thunder will fire you. Thunder, he will fire you. Please, where is Zidane? Zidane is waiting for the French national team job. Well, guys, we've overshoot by 15 minutes, and I think I've done very, very well for you guys today. Yeah, we didn't do yesterday evening because I noticed that when there are matches, you guys don't show up in the evening, and I am planning to yank up the evening show. Those of you who wanted me to do evening, I'm not even showing up, and I don't have time to waste. Okay, my time is very, very precious to me. I don't have that time to waste. Thank you very much. Let's keep the morning show going, and have a wonderful Thursday to yourself. Bye-bye. My name once again is Idafi Matthias. Please do well to subscribe to our channel. We're begging you, help us to grow so that we can become bigger and better on this job. Bye-bye. I don't want to be like Grandpa. Please subscribe so that I don't end up like Grandpa.